Hey everybody, Stock Picks by Tim here, and I want to cover Corsair Gaming or CRSR. Now, other YouTubers have gone into this one, but I want to give you my thoughts. And we're going to look over the technicals, I'm going to give you a date that you have to look out for, and I'm also going to go over a couple other things here. So first off, the earnings date coming in February 8th. Okay, that's estimated, but most likely February 8th. It could of course change as we move closer to it, but keep an eye on that date, alright? Now the analyst estimate is 28 cents, and I think they're going to do okay. I think they're going to get there. Because when you look previously, we had a pretty horrible, Q3 was a pretty horrible earnings. We only got 16 EPS, caused a huge sell-off. They also lowered their future guidance. So this is what started that downtrend, okay? But I expect this quarter to be pretty decent. I really do. We've got the holiday season, and although we do have shortages still with GPUs, and like it's been very hard just to build your own computer. I know personally. I mean, if you want to buy a GPU, you've got to pay higher. So it is very hard still to get a GPU, and that's one thing that's affecting Corsair, being that it's a computer parts company. They also do keyboards, they also do streaming. So I think those services, that side of the business, the keyboards, the streaming, the scuff controllers. I think that side of the business is going to be what saves it this quarter because it's still a bit of a struggle to get GPUs. So a lot of people are discouraged from making PCs. So that means Corsair is likely not selling as much RAM as they could be. It means they're not selling as many PSUs, power supplies. It means maybe their fans as well, not selling as many fans as they would be. But I feel very good about this quarter, and I think they're going to do pretty good because I mean, the bar is set pretty low. And last Q4 in 2020, they had 53 cents EPS. So all they have to do is get a little over half that, and they're golden. All right, and you can see this is why it dropped a lot. That last earnings, the estimate was supposed to be 22 cents. We got 16. Okay, so that's pretty rough. That was definitely a rough quarter, and that's mainly what caused this sell-off, okay? Now, looking at their assets to liabilities, it's better than it's ever been. Debt is okay. Debt, I wish it was a little better. We've got 309 million in debt. Okay, these numbers are in thousands, so there's going to be 309 million here. And that is a bit of a concern when you look at how much cash they have. Now, looking at their cash, they've got 71 million, almost 72 million, 310 million debt. So their cash to debt isn't looking too amazing. Okay, I think that's one reason there's a lot of fear in this one, in my opinion. So a lot really hinges on this next earnings. They need to do a good job so they can service some of that debt. All right, they need to have a good profitable quarter so they can put some of that money towards that debt, especially in 2022 where, we want to see companies with a decent amount of cash and little debt, especially with interest rates rising. Now looking at the price to sales, it's historically the best it's ever been. And if it goes under 1, that's an excellent price to sales. Okay, even where it's at is still good. Okay, anything in the 1 range, 1 to up to 2, is a good price to sales. Okay, especially for a company with this much future growth in front of it. Market cap, we're right under $2 billion market cap here. Now the forward PE looks really good, better than it's ever been here. And it's good to see that the forward PE is under the current PE ratio. That's a good sign. It would be a red flag if it was above that. So that's a good thing. And to me, from a financial standpoint, it's looking pretty good. Okay, but when you look over at the technicals, we are still a bit bearish. Now, we are still a bit bearish on the candles. We want to see it close above the 21-day, and we want to see the 8 and the 13-day flip and bounce over this purple line, the 21-day. That would signify that the candles are now bullish, but we are in a decent little uptrend. If this can continue, we might close, today, maybe tomorrow, bullish. If we can close bullish, we might see a little run. We might see that turnaround. Okay, we aren't in as hard of a downtrend as we were. Okay, this has just been in a steady downtrend. I mean, let's zoom out. This has been, you can see it's just been in a steady downtrend. Had a false breakout here, had a false breakout here. But, like I said, this really hinges on that the February earnings. Okay, we need that. We need to hear that earnings call in February, and it needs to be good. We need to see some good news there. Looking at the MACD, though, MACD is looking bullish. Okay, we've got green candles, and we've got the golden cross here. MACD curling up. And also the RSI, we're holding above this yellow line here, and we're right in the neutral. We're kind of neutral on the RSI, although we are above the yellow, so it indicates that we are in an upward trend, at least short term. Okay, but overall long term, we are still in a downtrend. We need to see those candles hold above the 21 day. Now looking at it historically, we're right around this $20 range, and this is where we were before we pulled a little bit back down to about 19, and then we just took off like a rocket. And it was, you know, it was a pretty good while. And this was also the Reddit hype, the Wall Street Bets hype coming in, all the meme stocks. We came up and touched 40. I did take some profits on Corsair. I made the mistake of not just closing out, but hindsight's 2020, of course. And ever since, though, we've been in a downtrend. Ever since we came up to that 40 range, we tried to come back. We tried to have a nice little pop here, although it was short-lived and we just continued downwards. But keep an eye on this. We are historically at a level where right around here, right in that $19, $20 range, you know, we consolidated, we accumulated, and then we just ran up. We went on a run. Just be aware that we are still a bit bearish. We need to see that trend turn around. If this channel here can continue upward, that could be what we need to see that reversal. All right, we want to see that reversal. If you're looking at this from a short-term perspective, you want to look for that reversal before getting in. All right, but if you're looking at it from a fundamental long-term perspective, and you know, it's a great deal at this price. The PE is very fair, although the debt to cash is a bit of a concern, for me at least. I feel like the debt to cash is a little bit of a concern. The Q4 earnings call is going to be absolutely critical. Okay, if it's good, that'll signify a nice turnaround, and we will become very, very bullish, in my opinion. That turnaround, that good EPS, you know, kind of stifling everyone's fears that they had in this stock, that the EPS is just going to continue down, the earnings is just going to get worse and worse. I expect it to do pretty well. Typically, the holiday season is their best quarter. And like I said, you know, they set the bar pretty low. I expect this to do pretty well and surprise Wall Street a bit, okay? But that's basically my thoughts on Corsair. I think where it's at fundamentally, it's at a pretty good price. But looking at it technically, it's still in a downtrend, so just be careful out there, guys. But thanks, as always, guys. Consider hitting the like and subscribe. I put out videos every single day, sometimes twice a day. But thanks for the support, and I will see you next time.